So guys, this is the time for Gbasgbos electioneering here. Counter and counter attacks left, right and center. Based on the statement made by Dino Melaye, that the freeze has responded, saying Tinubu's hands may be shaking, but his brain is very steady. Do you agree to that? Do you agree with what Dino Melaye said? And now what the freeze response it is to Dino Melaye's statement? With the way I've seen Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu shake the APC during the primaries, it is a very clear indication that the Jagaban is a very strong political opponent anyone could reckon with in the powerhouse, says Daddy Freeze. According to the social media personality, Daddy Freeze, those who say Tinubu's hands are shaking and mock him for that actually saying nonsense and are wise as how he has gapped the other contestants in the primary elections, has proven that he is not just going to the powerhouse to go and play. If you think his hands are shaking, his brain is not. It is very steady, and with that, he's going to give the other presidential candidates a tough time come 2023. You would have just said we just win because it's of his tactics. You see, they are saying nonsense. As if you don't know the basis of all these achievements that a lot of them claim to have in this Nigeria, in this country. And you know that a lot of people, once they see money, forget about it. It is not about competence. It's not about credibility. It's not what you can offer, but it's what they can get from you. And anything goes. In as much as themselves and their immediate family members are okay, the rest people can be banned to the Philistine. And you call that kind of achievement at the expense of everybody. So it is not really a yardstick. To me, it is who can, the highest bidder. Well, the highest bidder is what happens really in this country. Daddy Freeze, who was reacting to the recently trending video of how youth in Ibadan and Abuja were carrying the placards and posters of Labour Party LP aspirant Peter Obi around and campaigning for him, has described the current moment in Nigeria as an interesting and best time to be alive, as he believes the youth now have voice with that single signal. Daddy Freeze is trying to be neutral, to sit on the fence. He doesn't want to go through this, he wants to go this, he wants to be at the middle. So whichever way the whole thing swings to, definitely he will have a balancing. Yeah, he said the Nigerian youth began with Sorosuke speaking loud, but now the Fusuke, which is jumping up. That means for the first time the youth now have a voice of their own, and it is an indication that there is now hope for Nigeria. He retreats. Going by how the youth have now left their comfort zone and the social media where they have been hiding all the while to give support to their respective party contestants, Daddy Freeze now also believes that the road to the 2023 presidential election is a three-horse race consisting of Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi and Bola Tinubu, all whom he believes have the clear chances to battle it out for the top post in Nigeria. Daddy Freeze also believes that the two recent rallies he has seen in both Abuja and Ibadan are already keeping those in the political camp on their toes, and he believes the presidential post is not what any of the aforementioned trial would find easy to get this time around for the first time in the history of Nigeria, and that is true. Because all those ones, everybody's not talking, they are talking about Peter Obi. Oh, the only thing and most the popular thing they are saying concerning Obi and his fans, and meanwhile their own fans, to the fans of other contestants, they are doing, all of them are doing the same thing. But I don't know why they are now picking, they are really picking on Peter Obi. It's going to be a tough one. Like I've said, nobody's going to be saying, oh, we don't have opportunity, or we are just left with what we have been given. No, you have an option now. You have an option. So it is not depends on you, depends on what you want. So it is you that will now use your hand to lay the foundation of your destiny. That is just the way I see it. And it is not it's not gonna be a business as usual. And it's not gonna be the other third force. That's all those other third force that will come together. Even all those third force before now, when you look at them, there's nothing to write home about them. But now it's a different thing altogether. With that, anyone who becomes the winner can never make Nigeria suffer because they must have done very hard work to get there, according to his further statement. We hear you. We hear you, Daddy Freeze. to really, really hear you. And what did he say here again? He said, come 2023, are the youth going to be obedient, articulated, Ashiwaju? Daddy Freeze asked. According to Daddy Freeze, whichever way it goes, Tinubu is in the powerhouse and is not there to play irrespective of what people might have said. Peter Obi, with how the youth are campaigning for him, is a proof that he is not just joking. An article given how he had won the primary and how his campaign team have been working makes it very tougher battle to fight for the three of them. That you can't fight for the three of them. Like I said, Daddy Freeze just tried to be on the fence, to try to sit on the fence. Okay, I beg, make it a no come to say I can't decide this one, no side this one. You see, it's very, very tough to even know who you are going to say, oh, this is who I'm going to pitch my tents with. However, the social media influencer believes that Nigeria will not suffer come 2023 with whoever wins the election. You think so? Well, he has a neurodegenerative disease which has already affected his brain. Oh my God, that is insultive. Thanks for the insult. Una don't win this election. Well, we always respect his brain and what we know is capable of doing. Tinubu is the answer to the all challenges Nigeria is facing now. You are not helping issue. Stop being sentiment. Tinubu needs total rest from politics. From politics, he needs rest. You are among the people that want Tinubu dead, just like Yarada. They knew that that man was sick. They still pushed him into being president. He came, he saw, and did not conquer. Why? Because he was sick and needed rest and not stress. Now, you are clamoring for Tinubu as usual. He can still be president if God allows it to be. Teach us more things, but then, believe in me, he will not conquer. In fact, he's going nowhere. Where God, going nowhere by God's grace. Let's live. Do your best and leave the rest. Maybe the time to sign documents his son will do it for him. Nigeria, when are we going to face reality? Upon professor full everywhere and still sick people manipulate us every time. Fingerprint is better. Well, why stop from anyone who can see from the right view? Steady to take us into more poverty and APC. And PDP has left us less of Daddy Freeze. I agree with you. Daddy Freeze, if the election is free, fair and credible, there is no candidate at present that can beat Mr. Peter Obi. Why? Because the overwhelming majority of the Nigerian youth, the long-suffering masses, and the proletariat, the workers, the farmers, the laborers, the artisans, the students, the retirees, and the pensioners are all articulated on Ashiwaju fiddly obedience. Simply stated, Peter Obi will easily defeat other candidates if the election will be free, fair, and credible. Take note, Peter Obi is taking the fourth position. Well, whether he take fourth position or he take the 100 position, where is your life going to be? That is it. Then which position will your life be taking? Which position? Freeze failed it again. The handshaking is a failure from the part of the brain. What about that? The Jagaban, they fit. Haters go look for live electricity transformer and hug themselves. Sir, if at an advanced age your hands are shaking, your brain is also shaky. Old age affects the brain and it affects every other part of the body. Ashwaju is only pushing on, not because he has much to offer at his age, but because of the vaulting ambition of ruling Nigeria that he has nursed and planned for over the years. Don't deceive yourself. Even that if he's just trying to be on the fence, that is it. And later, the later statement that the freeze made is that it will be difficult to say this is it, this is it. All of them, they have their strength in various areas. That is what Daddy Freeze is saying. But if you want to look at what he's trying to say properly, that, oh, his hands might be shaking. His hands are shaking due to what? So the hand will just be shaking. Everything connects back to the brain. If your legs are paining you, it will still connect back to the brain. If your mouth, if any part of your body connects back to the brain. And you think that is not a bad domain? You think so? Daddy Freeze, you may say that because you can only see his hands and not his brain. The event has not shown you his brain. Lazy mind. But you can see his brain. Bloody tribalists are defending rubbish. They abused Buhari the last time on health grants. Okay, oh. Tinubu has dementia, handshaking and loss of memory. Daddy Freeze, you are the most unserious man ever. Has it come to that? We're intelligent food that is suffering from try pass no some masses or what? When people are supposed to talk and reason sensibly, decide to talk and reason senselessly, it makes me doubt their sensibility at all. How can Daddy Freeze say Tinubu's shaky hands does not affect his brain? Is it not the faulty brain that is the cause of inducement of the shaky hands? I want to suggest he meets an expert to get him well tutored on this important health matter. Oh, really? That the shaking of hand has nothing to do with his brain. You can only fool your wife and children are illiterate and not real Nigeria. Fa 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 foul. The hands are shaking because the brain is not in order. So you are not aware of that. Brain boss controls movement of her limbs. By the way, what is your training to make such an unintelligent comments? He's just trying to be smart. He doesn't want to offend anybody. That's just the way I see that the freeze now. He doesn't want to offend anybody, but he can only abuse, or he can just talk to all these his followers, or maybe not followers, people who always come to meet him but disagree with his opinion. But now, since this man, I've noticed that since this man in Port Harcourt, Pastor Biome, called him all manner of names. I think he has reset. He tries to be neutral. He tries to sit on the fence these days. Well, he's entitled to his opinion, but saying that the shaking of hand has nothing to do with the brain, no, he doesn't work that way. All our film tricks that the freeze is suffering from anergistic aqualic. Did you hear this, man? Your brain self gets fault. People will talk of Tinubu, let them see. Thank you, Daddy Freeze. Interesting days ahead, but where is Kingsley Mohalu? Hey, that one said he's going to defeat. He was going to defeat Atiku and Tinubu, but even he couldn't even get the primary. He couldn't win the primary of the party he joined. Tinubu is sent by God, and nobody will stop him. Let's wait and see. Young man, that was not primaries. They both bought it. I mean, Atiku and Tinubu, they bought the flag bearer position from the delegates. He go shock you what the youth will do in favor of Peter Obi. You people do not even need to abuse each other. Anyone that likes the present condition in Nigeria should vote for the same people that brought it to this level. But if you do not like the present condition, then vote for a new person. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Oh my goodness. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take.